Good morning, everybody. It's Carol. How are ya? I'm laughing. I'm laughed this morning until tears ran down my face. My daughter Becky has inherited my sense of humor. She posted this, I guess, on Facebook. I saw it on Instagram, trying to sell her honey. It says $100. No low ballers. I know what I have. Then she says, okay, in all honesty, I think it is horrible that these people took the joy from people who really wanted a bear and bought them with the intent to resell. Regardless, $75? Need to make a mint citrus? Hey, my honey's already in there. No, she's not really trying to sell her honey bear. In case you don't know about Starbucks, every year at Christmas they have different holiday cups. And this year they had one that looked like this honey bear, except it has a cap on it and it says Starbucks, and it's glass and it's for cold drinks. And Starbucks was selling them for the low price of $29.95. Each store, if they got in, each Starbucks store, if they got any, got very few. I know some stores didn't get any. I know one store here got 7, but they were sold out as soon as the door was unlocked. People were waiting there to pick them up, to buy them. Now, personally, well, I don't drink coffee. And if I did, I would never go to a coffee shop and pay a humongous price for a cup of coffee. Oh, Lordy, I better put a disclaimer in here. The honest truth is, if buying a $30 glass Starbucks jar gives you joy and makes you happy, I say go for it. I'm happy for you. If going to Starbucks or Dutch Brothers or whatever coffee shop and buying a specialty coffee makes you happy, good for you. Do things that make you happy. I'm happy for you to do that. I just have never had the funds to do such a thing. But I buy boxes of Dr. Pepper. I buy them on sale. And boxes of Squirt. I love that too. And now that I know about 7-Up Shirley Temple, I'm going to be buying boxes of those on sale. And there are people that criticize me for drinking soda. It's full of sugar. Yes, it is. It costs money. Yes, it does. But you know what? I have never bought a package of cigarettes. I have never bought alcohol in any shape or form. I've never partaken of those two things. I have never partaken of illegal drugs. I don't spend my money on those things, but I do spend my money on Coke, Dr. Pepper, Squirt, 7-Up, and I thoroughly enjoy them. Thank you very much. So if you enjoy getting a specialty coffee, go for it. Go for it. You must have money that you earned. And the purpose of money to me is to provide for stuff to keep you alive, like a house and heat and food, but also to provide you joy. Otherwise, money is worthless. So if buying specialty drinks or whatever gives you joy, go for it. I am not criticizing you. And I want to put that in here right now. I am not criticizing you, but I don't drink coffee. And that is one of those things I wouldn't spend money on. But I will spend money on my Dr. Pepper, and gladly. So anyway, back to all of this. Starbucks had this promotion this year of these little bears with the cap on it that says Starbucks. For some stupid reason, they only sent a few to each store. Now, Starbucks, if you'd have been very smart, you would have known people were going to buy these because they think they're cute, and you could have sold a billion gazillion of them. But no, you only sent very few to each store to get people to come in, and then they couldn't buy them, and other crazy people bought them, not because they brought them joy, not because they wanted them, but they bought them because they knew they could sell them online for big bucks. Somebody here in my town bought one, and then they immediately put it on Facebook Marketplace or something here in my town and sold it for $250. It sold. I saw online somebody had one for $800. Somebody had one for 1,000. I'm sure those sold too. I mean, there are people with more money than me that can do those kind of things. Um, so I'm not criticizing you. If you wanted one of these, if you want specialty coffee, I'm happy for you. People have on my channel criticized me for buying Coke. Not Coke, Coca Cola. Oh, that's a story I have to tell you. My son and I were laughing over this just the other day. My kids are all appalled. Back when I had all four kids at home, I drank Coca Cola back then too, and Dr. Pepper and whatever my soda of choice was. But I remember uh, we were in this grocery store in line, me and my four kids, and somebody in front of me had purchased a carton of cigarettes. This would have been back in the like early 1990s. No telling what it cost then. I don't even know what it costs now. But anyway, to me, it cost a lot of money. They bought this carton of cigarettes in line in front of me. And when they left, I turned to my kids and I said, wow, that makes my Coke habit not seem so expensive. My kids about died. When we got in the car, they said, Mother, that lady checking us out did not know that you meant your Coke habit was Coke and Dr. Pepper. She probably thought your Coke habit was an illegal drug, and you wrote a check for it, our groceries, and she's probably calling the sheriff's office right now, giving them our address, and the cops will probably be there when we get home because she's turning you in for having a Coke habit. That was a lot of years ago. We laugh about that all the time, about me saying that doesn't make my Coke habit seem so expensive. I love to laugh at myself. If you go to my playlist and then you go down, you'll find a group of videos called Humor, mostly laughing at myself. Anyway, let me get my train of thought back onto Starbucks. As soon as these came out, I Googled, they have a real cute name, Barista uh, Coffee Cup. Because people who work in Starbucks or other coffee shops who create and serve you your coffee are called baristas. Well, anyway, as soon as I saw this, I Googled barista cups. And guess what I found that Walmart has? You can buy one. If you search for it on Walmart, it is not sold by Walmart, it's sold by a different company, but sells it on the Walmart site. Has one that looks just like it, except it does not say Starbucks. Now, I told my family, I betcha Dollar Tree and Dollar General will have their own knockoff before Christmas for $1.50. And I betcha if you want to give these to your family for Christmas, go to Dollar Tree and Dollar General when they get their knockoffs in and buy a knockoff Sharpie, and you can write any name you want on that bear's hat. I tickle myself. Well, let me tell you something. I'm eating lunch, and I have a Dr. Pepper poured in my Coca-Cola glass here. I have a small collection of Coca-Cola glasses. I used to have a bunch, but over the years they've broken. Now, way back, oh heavens, in the 1990s, mid 1990s, early 1990s, McDonald's had a promotion where if you bought, I think you had to buy the Big Mac meal, but you would get a free Coca-Cola glass. Well, there was a McDonald's near me, and I guess the manager didn't want to mess with that. She sold them the glasses for $1. As far as I know, she was the only McDonald's in our town that did that. But if you wanted the glass, she'd sell it to you for $1. You didn't have to buy the Big Mac meal. But that's what the promotion was. Well, anyway, they came in green, glass green, purple, blue. I don't remember what other color. I know I had green, blue, and purple. And I just hated it as they broke over the years. And so my granddaughter Taylor, bless her heart, she's so good to her grandma. She goes to visit another grandma in another town every now and then. And that grandma will take them to a thrift store there every time they go. And Taylor has found some Coca-Cola glasses at this thrift store occasionally and brings them home for me. Is why I have any now. I think all my originals are broken. But anyway, McDonald's, if you bought the Big Mac meal, you got the glass for free. Starbucks, you missed the boat. That reminds me, you guys are all somewhat close to my age. Some of you are a lot younger, but do you guys remember back in the day? I can remember my mother buying a box of some kind of laundry detergent, and there was a glass inside. Because I remember she let me dig through the laundry soap in the cardboard box to dig out this glass. And gas stations used to give out glasses when you filled up your car with a tank of gas. You could get a glass. Do you remember that? And then, of course, we all know about jelly glasses. Glasses you bought at the store that were full of jelly, and you pop the lid off and then you could wash the glass. Do you guys have any of those jelly glasses, Coca-Cola glasses, the glasses from inside the laundry soap box? You guys have any of those? Send me pictures and show me my collection. My email address is itscarolagain@gmail.com. Okay, guys. This is getting long, so I guess I'll stop. No, I'm going to tell you one other thing that really made me laugh. When I made my video the other day about my stew, I was making me a pot of, and not stew, vegetable soup, really. I was making myself a pot of vegetable soup that was made out of a can of diced tomatoes, a bunch of diced up onion, potatoes, carrots, green beans, and a beef stew seasoning packet mix, and water. I got so tickled because I also showed you I made a pot of soup for my dogs that had all the same ingredients except no onions. Onions are not good for dogs. That's why I made them their separate one. And I didn't put beef stew seasoning in the dogs, but I did cook the vegetables in chicken broth so it would taste good and the dogs would eat it. I take those mashers you get to chop up your ground beef in the skillet when you're cooking it, you know what I'm talking about? When I cook vegetable soup for my dogs, I take that, and then I take that thing that you mash up hamburger meat with, and I mash up the potatoes and carrots and stuff for my dogs and put that on top of their kibble because they do not like dry dog food kibble all that much, but I somehow think I have to feed it to them so they get all their vitamins and nutrients. But mostly they eat people food. I put their people food on top of that and hope they eat a little bit of it. Well, anyway, I make my dogs with chicken broth. I make my soup with water. And one of my subs was laughing about that. And I'm not picking on you. I'm laughing with you. Because yes, of course, you do for your children more than you do for yourself. But when I was growing up, my one of my favorite things my mother made besides pinto beans was, she called it stew, but it was just vegetable soup like I made mine, except she didn't put the beef stew package seasoning mix in there. She just made it with vegetables and water. And she didn't have a can of tomatoes. She would have had tomatoes that she peeled and froze in the summer to have throughout the winter. That's what she made our soup with. So there would be very little tomato in it. It was mostly water and these vegetables, and I thought it was absolutely delicious. I loved it. I don't know why she called that stew, but she did. Eventually, after I grew up, I learned that other people put stew meat in with their vegetables. And I started making it like that, and I really liked it with stew meat in it. Lord, I don't know who can afford stew meat anymore. But after I had kids, Becky was born when I was 25. I was 27 when I had Casey. I was 30 when I had my boys. So I was that age when I discovered that you could make hamburger stew. And I really love that. I make that too. But I like just vegetable soup because that's what I grew up on. Well, anyway, I do make hamburger stew and put a bay leaf in there and Worcestershire sauce and other stuff. I do like hamburger stew. But anyway, that's what I grew up on. My sister and I have been talking, well, for years. She and I text back and forth. We don't really talk because I can't hear on the phone. We text. But we're always saying, what on earth did we eat growing up? I mostly remember pinto beans, what my mom called stew, that was vegetables cooked in water, and a lot of fried potatoes. A lot of fried potatoes. That would be a meal. Fried potatoes, ketchup, and a piece of white bread. In fact, last night, Casey and I and the dogs had mac and cheese for supper. Well, I happened to think, and so I texted my sister, and I said, did we ever have mac and cheese growing up? And my sister said no, she didn't remember us ever having mac and cheese. And she said, I don't even know if that was sold back then. Well, guess what? I Googled it. Kraft mac and cheese was a thing in 1937. Yes, you could buy a box of mac and cheese back in the day when I was a kid, but no, we never had it. We were dirt poor, and even mac and cheese was not on our vision. And I've thought too, white rice. Rice is good. It's filling. It's cheap. I never remember my mother cooking rice. Honestly, I don't know what we ate other than a lot of fried potatoes. That's what I remember. Well, anyway, that's my story for today. I guess that's it. There was something else I was going to tell you, and it's gone out of my mind now. So when I think of it, I'll jot it down and I'll make another video. All right. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Gosh, this video is going to be way too long. Back when, in the early, I don't know what year it was, but back in the day when you could get these Coca-Cola glasses at McDonald's if you bought a Big Mac meal. As I said, nobody else in my town sold the glasses for $1 at McDonald's. You had to buy the Big Mac meal to get them. Just that one place by me sold them. Well, one year at Thanksgiving, I invited this young couple to come for Thanksgiving. And I also invited the girl's mother because she didn't have anywhere else to go. So I invited the girl's mother. And the girl and the mother were in a different financial class than me. Now, this was during that promotion at McDonald's where you could buy the Big Mac meal, you got the glass. And I had bought a bunch of them for $1 from my local McDonald's. And I was so tickled with myself because I had 8 matching drinking glasses. They said Coca-Cola on them, but I had matching glasses. This was a big deal to me. Well, this girl's mother came into my home and she was going to help me in the kitchen, and she opened the cabinet door to get out the drinking glasses. And she saw this shelf full of Coca-Cola drinking glasses that she knew you were supposed to have bought a Big Mac meal to get that glass. And she said, She said, "My, you have eaten a few hamburgers." Every time I see my Coca-Cola glasses, I think about that. My, you have eaten a few hamburgers. Okay, I'm gonna go now, guys. I'll see you later. Obviously, my meds are working. I'm happy. Bye, guys.